What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Mikey today coming at you through this series of tubes we call the internet and this wacky, messed up, poorly ran platform called YouTube. And apparently, we're not getting a new Mario, 3D Mario, until probably 2027. And that's according to Nate the Hate. And I know everybody's already probably talked about this, but you know what? Better late than never. So, yeah. Uh, they're planning a new Star Fox and a major Zelda remake this year, but no 3D Mario. A classic style Star Fox game will be released for Switch 2 this summer, it's claimed. So, Nintendo's reportedly planning to release a major Zelda remake and a new Star Fox game this year, but a 3D Mario game won't arrive on Switch 2 until 2027. That's according to prominent Nintendo insider Nate the Hate, who shared a plethora of information on the company's 2026 plans, which matches with what VGC has heard from their own sources. This is all by way of VGC, by the way, Video Games Chronicle. Okay, sure. Never really heard them until now, but yeah. Uh, in a new podcast, the Nintendo sleuth claimed a classic Star Fox revival is planned for release on Switch 2 this summer, hot on the heels of Fox McCloud's confirmed appearance in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Star Fox is coming back in summer 2026. We're getting a new Star Fox game in the very near future, he said. I've been told it's a classic style Star Fox game and that the visuals are supposed to be very good, and I've heard it does have online multiplayer. Well, that's interesting. The new game would mark Star Fox's first major new release in a decade, really, following Platinum Games' Wii U entry Star Fox Zero. Yeah, it was just another remake of the first Star Fox. We had the one on the Super Nintendo, then we had the remake on the Nintendo 64, and then they just freaking remade it again for the Wii U. It's the same game over and over again. It's just retelling a lot of the same stuff. The only true sequel that we got was released on the Super Nintendo Classic, that little miniature Super Nintendo console. Oh, furthermore, a new 3D Mario game won't arrive in 2026 as expected, according to Nate's sources. The last 3D Mario games from Mario Odyssey was released during the original Switch's launch window nearly a decade ago, and despite last year's Donkey Kong Bonanza from the same studio, a major new entry had been expected soon. In its place, will be a major remake of Nintendo 64 classic The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time to coincide with Zelda's 40th anniversary, it claimed. One game that will not be released is 3D Mario. 3D Mario will be released in 2027. Quote, but there is another anniversary this year, and it's the anniversary of The Legend of Zelda. What I can share with you today is that in the second half of 2026, approaching the holidays, we're going to receive an Ocarina of Time remake for Switch 2. It'll probably be based on the 3DS game or port or whatever. They'll probably go from there. Um, yeah. According to Nate the Hate, Nintendo is unlikely to stream a general Nintendo Direct until June, but it could make smaller announcements on social media, such as new looks at Splatoon Raiders and Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, and anticipated Switch 2 editions for Pikmin 4 and Xenoblade. Why am I thinking of Geno? Xenoblade 2. No, thank you. Go away. Released in 1998 for the Nintendo 64, Ocarina of Time is one of the most beloved games in Nintendo's library and the highest rated game of all time on Metacritic, which collates media reviews. A soft Ocarina remake was previously released for Nintendo 3DS in 2020. It was more of a remaster, to be honest. However, that was released further ago from today than the 3DS version was for Nintendo 64. Okay, so yeah, so we're getting a remake, and when they say remake, I wonder if they're gonna sit there and actually change things up a bit, because honestly, if you go back and play Ocarina of Time, it's kind of bare. There's these areas that's kind of huge. I feel like there could be more exploration somehow. I don't know. I really hope the music gets a good spruce up. I really hated the almost lack of music in Breath of the Wild, and I think they tried to put a little music in the other one. I really hope the music is good. Good. I'm a huge fan of the Zelda music, and it was kind of meh in the last few Zelda games that we've gotten. It's been eh. Why am I yawning? Jesus Christ! It's 1 in the evening and I'm yawning. Oh my God. So yeah, if you're looking forward to a new 3D Mario, that's not happening. That's gonna be for a while. Which I tried to tell people that the 3D platformer that you were looking for, that was supposed to be the major Switch seller, was Donkey Kong Bonanza. And everybody's like, I want a new Mario. What is it so why is everybody so nuts about Mario all the time? I don't know. To be honest, I've kind of taken a step back from Nintendo IPs. I don't really I don't know. I haven't bought a Mario or a Zelda title in years. Honestly, I just kind of stopped caring. And usually it's because they'll do something I don't care about. Hell, with Zelda, there's always something that they're doing that just makes me hate the games, makes me not want to buy them. It's very off-putting. For Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, it was just like either a lack of music or just I don't know. It doesn't feel right, and that was a complaint and a gripe I had. So I didn't bother with those. As far as Mario, he's not that big a deal to me anymore. I maybe it's because I've grown up. Maybe it's because I have my own vision for what a good platforming game could be, or there's something I'd like to see done with Mario. Actually, I take it back. I take it back. I bought Super Mario Maker 2, or did my brother get it for me, or did I get it? Either way, I have Super Mario Maker 2, so I got to back up a bit. But as far as like 3, and I have Super Mario Odyssey, but only because it came with the Switch that was sent to me as a gift. So, yeah, I otherwise I don't really care anymore. If I never play another new Mario game, I don't care. If I never play, I used to get excited for Mario games. I used to get excited for Zelda games. Now I'm so cynical and everything, and so pessimistic about games that I'm just like, nah, I don't care. I actually have more fun trying to make my own games. Actually, I find it more interesting that there's a new Star Fox game coming. I hope it's more of a sequel. Make it more of a sequel. Don't retread the first story again and everything. Don't do that. I hate when they do that. That is the most obnoxious, annoying, and irritating thing that they can do. Anyhow, that's all I got.